Okay. Okay, here we go. We have our verdict, Savannah. Here we go. Count 1, guilty. Count 2, guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 4, guilty. Count 5, guilty. Count 6, guilty. Count 7, guilty. Count 8, guilty. Count 9, guilty. Count 10, guilty. Count 11, guilty. Count 12, guilty. Count 13, guilty. Count 14, guilty. Count 15, guilty. Count 16, guilty. Count 17, guilty. Count 18, guilty. Count 19, guilty. Count 20, guilty. Count 21, guilty. Count 22, guilty. Count 23, guilty. I'm pausing because it's coming in. Count 24, guilty. Count 25, guilty. Count 26, guilty. Count 27, guilty. Count 28, guilty. Count 29, guilty. Count 30, guilty. Count 31, guilty. Count 32, guilty. Count 33, guilty. Count 34, guilty. That is 34 felony counts here, all guilty verdicts. Savannah and Lester, back to you.
A total victory for the prosecution here, Laura. The jurors obviously bought the prosecution case in full. There was a consideration of whether...
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight in the hood, the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on the Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5. We live. Hey, welcome to Hoodviewpolitics. We go into a detailed dive.
And there's some deep shit
in the politics from a hood point of view. I'm Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. And welcome to a Thursday night edition, an emergency pod, a special pod, a booty call pod. That's what I told you before. You never know when we'll pop up to getting that ass.
You're right about
and
that.
Speaking of somebody getting in somebody's ass, I guess I can get Donald Trump some advice right now. Don't drop the soap.
That will help.
Right about now, NWA court is in full effect. Judge Dre residing. In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys are MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy motherfucking E. Order. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand.
34
You just want to
counts.
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so
Yeah.
your black ass. Goddamn right. Won't you tell everybody what the fuck you got to say?
Hey, that's 30 counts.
Coming straight from the underground. A young nigga
20
got it
count.
bad 'cause I'm brown. And not the other.
It's all of them.
All of them.
Every count.
Every
they
last
gave.
one of them. So we know of the 91 counts, 34 of them are out the way, and 34 of them are guilty.
All
Guilty as
34.
charged.
All 13.
All 34.
Now, if anybody hasn't been paying attention to the news, that's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? That we're gonna let you know history has been upon us today. Where a former president,
Right?
of the United States of America,
Yeah. That's us.
has been not just indicted,
Oh no.
convicted,
No.
guilty
Guilty as charged.
of 34 all counts.
Now.
Each one, everyone.
Now. Usually we gotta use allegedly,
Not everyone.
or suspected, or something like that. But as of tonight, we can say he did that shit because
Yeah,
Donald Trump
that's true.
has been convicted
That is true.
by 12 people, 12 of his peers.
Can say he did.
He
that shit.
said he did everything he was charged with.
every bit.
Now, I think this is justice on a scale we ain't never seen before. How many people in this dude's administration?
Oh my God!
That done been, and I got it right here. That have been around this dude.
We talking about people he hired, people that work for him, family.
It's
Anybody
everybody.
that's just came into a
Every damn
breathing
body.
area of this food. We talking about January 6ers.
Them been hemmed up.
The January 6ers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, January 6ers.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
felony up there. I guess you're gonna get all of y'all out, including his damn self.
All right. Let's just read off this list. His company CFO, that's Chief Financial Officer, felon, convicted felon. His campaign fixer, felon. Foreign policy advisor, felon. His trade advisor, felon.
Oh, not again.
National security advisor, felon. Chief strategist, felon. His personal lawyer, felon. Deputy campaign manager, felon. And now Trump himself, felon. Now that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that just been hemmed up and done time, doing time, will do time.
It sounds like us hanging around Saturday night and around the way.
Yeah, something like that, you know.
We in the alley now with this type of atmosphere.
Being somewhere you ought to not be.
You know?
And they ought to not have been around Trump. You dig what I'm saying? But look, this
got
is
motherfuckers out there all day, every day with
right.
felonies.
Hey, everybody around this dude go to jail. Now he
Guilty,
I mean,
guilty,
he ain't gonna
guilty.
never see the end of he ain't gonna never see the inside of a jail cell, in my opinion, because I don't think you can really legitimate. I mean, I ain't gonna say realistically put that dude in jail, you know, with what's in his head, you know, as far as what he knows. You can't put that in jail. You can't put him in jail. But he will forever known as a twice impeached.
Man, I mean, you can't get no more disgraced.
A twice impeached, convicted felon. You hear that, MAGA? You hear that, Republican Party?
And we invited some MAGAs on tonight to have this little discussion.
They ain't coming on here.
No, they don't want to do that.
Because first thing they're like, oh, they gonna talk shit. They gonna gloat.
They don't talk about, but the facts. As
Yeah,
usual.
and we talking fast because on
As
the
usual.
real, this ain't no reason to gloat. Cause
It is a
you
reason
look.
to gloat. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you
in a way it is, but I'm talking about in terms of the way it makes our country look and makes us look as America. You have a president. Look, you can say what you want about any ex-president. Any ex-president. Been what, 44 of them?
don't forget
No,
Slicky
40.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Slicky Dick, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. And you can even say about him in after the Watergate scandal. Every president, ex-president, every dude that walked in that been in that house, they carried themselves with a certain grace and a certain dignity. That he didn't bring shame to the office and they didn't bring shame to the country. You can say that about let me see how many we got, 4 or 5 living presidents right now. We got Obama, we got W, we got Clinton, and we got Jimmy Carter. And shouts out to Jimmy Carter. We all know his situation. So prayers out to Jimmy Carter. But all of these dudes carried themselves with dignity, class, and they didn't bring no shame on the office, didn't bring no shame on the country, didn't bring no shame on the people. And then you got Trump. Come on, people. This is who y'all want. This Republican Party. Now I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all, Republican Party. The party of law and order, wasn't it?
It was.
It was law and order. You know,
They like to say that.
law and order. Who never want to take credit for mass incarceration, even though it was them that started it. But that's another story for another time. But you, the party of law and order, And the person that y'all are about to nominate to run for the presidency of the United States, the dude that y'all want to run around the world and represent our country, is a convicted felon. Get that in your head. He's a convicted felon. Now, if this was this was Joe Biden or Hillary that
They actually say is the felons.
oh my God, yeah, that ain't got a charge against them.
Something funny about that. Now, me personally, bro,
Yeah.
I see where you can go and go at this at, because from the outside looking in, from the rest of the world, right, looking at us, we usually do not persecute our motherfucking presidents and shit like that. Other countries do. Other countries had their ass locked the fuck up, smacking them in the head, they fuck up. But we never really done that before. So now, we, as around the world, people seeing us, we are putting the same thing it would have happened to anybody else through the system. He went through the same cold ass system we went through.
Cold ass court.
He kept on complaining about.
Yeah.
So the world got to watch a billion trillionaire ex-president,
So he claimed.
go through the system and get all 34 counts on his anus.
Yeah.
So that tells me that's something to gloat about, meaning the system itself works. It works. You don't think it's going to work going into, you think he can manipulate. He tried his best. Him and his friends, they manipulated by talking about the judge, talk about this, talk about attorneys, talk about everybody they can talk about the charges made up by Biden. Yeah. Biden minding his fucking business. But they had all that going on. I gotta give them credit too. They like that. They stick together with the nonsense. But 34 counts cannot be denied. And it has been denied by a few maggots already. They send me messages. Yeah. I guess it's their talking points.
But don't want to come on.
I think they get these talking points. You know,
don't want to come on.
So they can know actually what the fuck to say.
But don't want to come on.
To a 34 counts.
But still don't want to come on.
What are you going to say to a 34 counts? What are you going to talk about?
Nothing.
What are you going to say?
Nothing.
It was rigged.
Nothing at all.
Oh. What we going to do?
Nothing.
Or the jurors are drunk. What we going to do then? What are we saying?
And you brought up you brought up something, and I want to point this out. He went through the system. He went through the justice system the same way everybody else did. Now, this is the same justice system that he went through, the same court system, the same prosecution system, whatever you want to call it, that he wanted 5 innocent black people, black men that was innocent of doing what they was accused of, that he wanted them to get the death penalty. Same system, same rigged system. So he say, this is the same rigged system that him and his supporters kept screaming at all their rallies, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. But his own, and that's the important thing. His own attorney general said, there's no there. There's nothing there to charge her with. She did nothing that we could charge her with. So even though he put the press on him, this is the same justice system that we know and is out there that he ordered to lock Joe Biden up, to arrest Joe Biden on some trumped up charges before the election, 2020, to make him look good, to sway the election, to basically interfere with the election.
Yeah, that's what we just got verdicts of. So again, some of these things you can't deny because you have verdicts. You have people going to jail. You have people saying, I'm guilty. People, it's hard unless you're MAGA. You know what I'm saying? That's why these people gave him 34 counts, because it's too fucking hard to say, damn, he didn't do it. Everything was saying that he fucking did that. It was too hard. If you would have held out, you'd been like a fool to fool.
You did that, bro.
Because everything you could think of, I'm gonna hold out for this. I'm holding out. Nah, let's look at this. You see this here? You can't hold that.
No.
Nope, that's over. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You had nothing. 34 counts mean you had nothing in there.
Like I expected, like him to get found guilty on some counts, but not all counts. I was legitimately surprised, and I was looking at the TV, and then they was like, count 1, guilty.
Yeah, I'm
then they got up to by the time they got up to like 15, I was like, he might be guilty. There. He might be guilty on all of them. They got to 20. I was saying, nope, he got him. He guilty on everything. Dude, you went to court on a 34 count indictment
and got all
and
of
you
them.
Ain't get no rhythm on nothing.
They did treat you like a nigga. They treated you like a nigga for real this time, my nigga. Let me hey, you want to be a nigga for real? You gotta treat 34 counts up your anus.
Let me explain something to you, Trump. Well, I ain't got no shame.
They treat him like a nigga.
My first indictment,
all 34 of them bitches.
My first indictment was 18 counts. They only got me on 2.
Yeah, no. and I
ain't got your lawyers.
We be having cheap lawyers. Fuck around.
As a matter of fact, I had a PD. So
that's how clear cut his shit was.
So all these lawyers, this team of lawyers you got going up in there, look,
they stole his money.
Look, Republicans.
They knew damn well he wasn't getting away from there.
The same rigged system that y'all want to lock all these peoples up is the same allegedly rigged system that just convicted this dude of 34 counts of fraud and hush money and
Mr. Braggs.
I listened to that on the way over.
Mr. Braggs.
Mr. Bragg.
Perform a fundamental civic duty. Their service is literally the cornerstone of our judicial system. We should all be thankful for the careful attention that this jury paid to the evidence and the law and their time and commitment over these past several weeks. 12 everyday New Yorkers, and of course, our alternates, heard testimony from 22 witnesses, including former and current employees of the defendant, media executives, book publishers, custodians of records, and others. They reviewed call logs, text messages, and emails. They heard recordings. They saw checks and invoices, bank statements, and calendar appointments. This type of white-collar prosecution is core to what we do at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Make the
In the
money.
1930s,
Don't let it
District
make you.
Attorney Thomas Dewey ushered in the era of the modern, independent professional prosecutor. For now nearly 90 years, dedicated professionals in this office have built upon that fine tradition. A major part of our practice during that nearly 90 years has been public integrity work, including cases involving jurists, local and state electeds, public servants, and others.
We will make America great again.
Prosecution team, embodying the finest traditions of this office: professionalism, integrity, dedication, and service. They are model public servants, and I am proud and humbled to serve side by side with them. The 12 everyday jurors vowed to make a decision based on the evidence and the law, and the evidence and the law alone. Their deliberations led them to a unanimous conclusion beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Donald J. Trump, is guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree to conceal a scheme to corrupt the 2016 election.
Let's stop right there for a minute. Before we go any further.
Yeah.
As you heard directly from the DA,
yeah,
this was a scheme. Concocted. As this nigga was Al Capone.
Yeah.
As this nigga was a drug lord on the block.
Ooh.
He had his fingers in the thing stirring pots.
Okay.
Good night for him.
Good night, Irene.
Because he was the ringleader.
Right.
of a scheme to steal the fucking. He said out his mouth to steal the election.
See, this is
steal the election though.
This is
wow.
This is how dumb they are.
This has gotten to be real stupid.
I ran off a list of people that have been convicted.
The number should be 20 tomorrow.
Yeah, I just ran off of people that is a list of people that got convicted of something, fucking with him, and it's more than that, and it's going to be more than that.
Definitely more.
Especially in the case in Georgia, it's going to be more than that. Did y'all really? They really think that everybody was all these people was doing all this stuff on the behalf of Donald Trump without him knowing, being involved, and having a hand in it? Y'all think people stupid? I think that's really what got him convicted. I think this is me personally. I think what really made him look bad and turn the jury off is every day he sat up in that courtroom, he mumbling, he saying things under his voice, he getting all these contempt of court charges or citations. Then he goes out every day after court. He jumps on the mic, he pleads his case, blah 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 blah. This, you attack the judge, you attack the judge's family, you attack jurors, you do all of this. But when it comes down to you defending yourself, you getting on that stand and saying, I did not do these things, and defend yourself of the charges against you, you did not. You did nothing. And that makes you look bad.
There's no defense.
But you had a defense every day.
He's a thieving, lying crook.
But you had a defense. You keep mumbling on under your breath. You got all of this to say. I believe, this is me, I believe that the jury was looking to hit this dude to get on the stand and defend itself. You defend yourself about everything else. Everybody knows this. If you say anything about anything about this dude coming at you. And it makes people say, well, hold on, why the fuck he ain't getting on the stand? He ain't got, I mean, we got these papers, we got these checks from his foundation, we got this person sitting up here saying this, and he ain't defending himself. It makes you look guilty. And I think that's what turned the jury off on him. That's what got your ass convicted. But if you'd have got up there and got on the stand and probably had to say something, that would have got you convicted too. So fuck it. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
What got him convicted was all them damn lies.
Yeah.
That's what got him convicted. Now, people don't understand what happened here was it was money set aside to pay Stormy Daniels so she won't bring up whatever the fuck he did with her. Finally, we found out some funny what the fuck robes he be wearing. He ain't want none of that stuff to get out. Playing with his butt and smacking him with toys, whatever the fuck was going on.
No.
None of that shit he wanted to get out. So he paid her.
Right.
And what happened was he told Main Man to pay her and he was going to reimburse him. So Main Man, what's his name? The attorney, Michael Cohen, put his house and shit up,
dummy,
to pay this bitch off.
Stupid.
Now, meanwhile, the shit going on months and months, and he ain't getting his fucking money back.
And he worked for Trump, who don't pay nobody back.
And Trump tell him you're gonna get your bread. And
then
then
you wasn't getting shit.
Never did. As usual. As he usually do people and shit. You know what I'm saying? But overall, what he was doing there was a crime because he was using it. It's almost like a campaign film. It's almost like a campaign suspension because you paying something for the campaign to continue. You know what I'm saying? So they use him paying her as campaign contributions, which he didn't have in the taxes. Now y'all with me? So what he had in his taxes was some other shit, and then Main Man had in his taxes lawyer fees, and here we had this. It was not it wasn't flowing together, and this fool was manipulating his paperwork, and they caught his ass. Look, real fucking simple. 34 counts of catchery.
Let me say this.
34 counts of catchery, though, bro.
Y'all
Well, you
about,
gonna respect you 34 times when you come in there, you fuck up.
I want to
34
say
whips.
this to you, Donald Trump. You got a set of the stupidest ass criminals around you. All of these people, look, all of your schemes, you've been caught.
We will make America great again.
Everything every scheme y'all done pulled together, y'all done been caught. You been caught to the point that you've been indicted twice, and now you've been convicted. Y'all are the bumbling Keystone Cop ass, Wile E. Coyote, super genius ass crooks I ever seen.
I was trying to think, what's the name of that dumbass criminal?
Y'all got to
But
be
he bumbled
stupid.
around, but end up doing the right thing. But he bumbled around doing that shit.
Look,
damn, what's the name? Magoo, something like that.
Mr. Magoo. Nah, Mr. Magoo was something else, I think. but man, y'all got
this is their response to the motherfucking shit, right?
Oh,
we got a MAGA now.
They have a meltdown.
MAGA, we got MAGA to come on this podcast named Reels, right?
He ain't never coming on here again.
His response to this joint, I'm gonna read his responses to him. We are no longer a democracy. We are officially a banana republic. The witch hunt verdict against Donald Trump is just further proof. And now the donations to his page is shut down. Again, let's talk about that.
And I got
he want
to
use this for his motherfucking campaign or whatever the fuck. Y'all got to be so dumb to still give somebody some fucking money.
Yep.
That's been convicted of 34 counts.
When he's using that money to pay lawyers.
Y'all sound dumb now. Now we at the point where y'all gotta look in the mirror and just be like, okay, what I'm really doing now? Am I really in the coat? Am I paying attention to what I'm doing here? Do y'all have to be smacked in y'all head? You know what I'm saying?
Something like that. This is what I want to say to Reels.
Well, you got a paragraph too.
And fuck it, I don't give a fuck if you take offense or not. You's about a dumbass. Look, the dude is a bumbling idiot, and you sitting on and see. I'm gonna jump off into another subject concerning this dude right now. You sitting here defending this dude tonight about his fraudulent activities. The dude's a fraud. The dude's a crook. He cheats on his wife because that came out. He's all of this, and it's been proven once again it's been proven that he is a racist. He don't give a fuck about your black ass. He don't. It's a tape out there now. That was a big story until the verdict came down. The verdict overshadowed that because it's been out there. It's been out there since last night. Yesterday sometime. That is a tape of him using the N-word referring to a contestant on The Apprentice. Do you think, this is what he said, do you think the country will accept a nigga winning? That's what he said. And it's a tape of the people in his campaign at the time. I think it was his campaign. Get me right if I'm wrong, but I think it was his campaign at the time. Trying to figure out a way to cover it up. And one said, and I quote, yes, he said that. But you got black MAGA Republicans out here, for some reason, they're going to justify it. He already showed you. He been showing you for years.
But yeah, that's what I was about to say. Him saying nigga ain't nothing new, just like he said he ain't want no nigga counting his money.
Yeah.
So people heard him say it before.
Yeah, but now we got it on tape.
I got you.
You never had it on tape. You never had it, and you never had it. You never had it on tape, and you never had it confirmed. He confirmed it himself. You had people say it, yeah, he's a racist, and he'll chalk it up to, oh, they just saying these things because they upset with me, they mad with me, or whatever the fuck. They just making shit up. That's fake news. This ain't fake news.
Damn sure ain't.
Could the country take a nigga winning? I got news for you, Trump. Yes, the country will take a nigga winning, because at the time, a black man was the president. So yes, the country would take a nigga winning, because black people are doing amazing things in this country and around the world. So yes, we will take a nigga winning, because you don't want a nigga winning The Apprentice. So he's a confirmed racist, and now he's a confirmed criminal. But yet, you got people like Reels out here. We are officially now Banana Republic. Because your man got caught and your man got convicted. Come on. He got caught. It wasn't Democrats that look, not one Democrat came to court and testified against this dude. Everybody that testified against him was a Republican. Everybody that snitched and told on him was a Republican. They was in his administration. They worked for him. They was in his party, family members, friends, associates, business associates. It was all of them that told on this dude. It wasn't Democrats that got up there. And so you can't say Democrats lied on this dude, because everything he been charged with and everything his cronies been charged with, they are all Republicans. All of them got on the stand and told on each other. So where's y'all getting this from?
Not only they told each other, but they had to tell the truth. If they stealing, they robbing, they hiding. Everybody just tell the truth,
right?
Everybody go to jail,
right?
Like y'all was doing it. Like what else can they do?
There was his people, but they come out and say, "Well, Joe Biden and the Democrats rigged this." We didn't rig this, because look, the witnesses against you. Now, I want you to get me right if I'm wrong. The witnesses was against him. I'm going to say this again. Was in his cabinet, worked for him, was his lawyers, was his associates, were people in his inner circle. So if them people testified against you, your people testified against you, and you got convicted, and they got convicted too, how is it rigged?
I don't even think he's gonna say rigged no more.
He said it,
because it's over.
He said it. He said it right after court.
You know what I'm saying?
He said it after court.
Because you remember before he came down with the verdict, he was out there saying even Mother Teresa couldn't beat this case. So once he said that, he knew he was going to lose the case. He knew it.
He knew it.
Off the break.
But my thing is, look, if it's a rigged system in a rigged case, it was nobody outside of your circle that testified against you. So you're talking about is rigged, but your people turned against you. And if the case was, if they didn't have the people from your inner circle, from your circle of trust, if they didn't have them people, they wouldn't have had a case. Nowhere. None of these cases. So you don't have nobody to blame but yourself. Michael Cohen wasn't a Democrat operative. Michael Cohen was your lawyer, was your fixer. When you had a problem, you called Michael Cohen. Come on, bro. How's it? And you got people out here that take that narrative, like you said, with one unified voice and run with that lie.
That shit he's saying probably was sent to him, bro.
Yeah.
They now y'all see what I'm saying. These little things, Democrats don't have this going on. Like, obviously, that what he sent was sent to him. You could tell the way it looked, where it was placed, and you know what I'm saying, and all that. That was sent to him. He just forwarded it to me.
He went on that website, magatalkingpoints.com.
ASAP. Like, damn, 34 counts. What should I say?
What did I say? That's what you can say.
What did I say? Look up. Okay, all right, I got you now. Okay. It's rigged. okay. What else is rigged?
Look,
all right,
34 counts. I'm asking you this again. 34 counts. Not one count could have been chalked up to a error, a mistake. Oh, they just made a counting error, or they put a comma in the wrong spot. Damn, they put an extra zero in by mistake, or this person did. He told this person to do one thing, and this person did another. It was none of that. It was none of that of all 34 counts. On all 34 counts, they said yes, he did that shit.
That's great.
Come on.
Can't get no crazy than that. So your black MAGAs and your bitch ass Stephen A's in them.
Yeah.
And the new one. He been there, but he getting louder. It's a problem. Charlemagne, bitch ass.
You gonna solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Now, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. We sneak in this thing off this emergency podcast, just express our feelings on the verdict, 34 counts of them. You know what I'm saying, dog? Before we get out here, though, we're going to run off just a list of things, accomplishments here. Something that we telling Charlemagne he should do since he got a platform.
Kick rocks.
We're going to have some receipts. We're going to spit a couple of receipts out before we leave. Some of the compliments of your man there and the first black vice president later. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
And what we want to do before we leave out here is let y'all hear some of the accomplishments of this administration. You know what I'm saying?
Roll with it.
Black culture or whatever. The whole, whatever, for real.
Roll with it.
And we're just going to run these things off so we can feel like we already be doing this, but you need the real information. So if you see somebody like Charlemagne say, they both trash, then you get to say, hold on, what about all this stuff that I heard on Hoodviewpolitics? Was that trash? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to start with my number one on the list. You know, man, got $7 billion.
Yeah.
With a B.
Would it be?
To HBCUs, baby. Most in American history. How about that one? Is that nice for y'all? Y'all like that? You got one? I got one more. I got a few. I got a lot.
What's your hand list?
You ain't got nothing?
What?
Receipts. We're going to get receipts before we get out of here.
Okay, I'm saying.
We just spitting receipts before we get out of here. That's all.
Oh.
That's all we doing.
We can go to the billions in student loan relief.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Okay, we can go there.
Like
I said, I'm gonna let you have
I got one for you. The investment in small business.
Okay.
Ooh, that's in history too. I want to add another history one.
Okay. Infrastructure.
Oh,
who's responsible for all these construction projects you see? All these cranes out here working.
I got one for you. I got one. Increase access to housing and rooting out discrimination in the housing market.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh. And let's not forget. Let's not forget the gun safety laws they just passed. The toughest. How tough did they say they was?
Yeah,
some of the toughest ever.
Yep. Ever in history again. Was that another history one?
Yeah, that was another history.
That was another history. I forgot about that one. Damn. How about this one? Now it's a lot now. You're right. They ensured the opportunity and equality for black students around the world. Well, around America. Approving $136 billion. Approve. Like my man just said, the relief. $3.7 million Americas through various actions of this bill that was set, got relief from where you can go get your car now, get your house now, You know?
Yeah.
All this is critical in the black community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got one for you, and this one is personal to me. As you see, I wear a medical alert bracelet right here, right, that say type 2 diabetes. This one is personal to me. Cap insulin at $35 a month, and that's personal to me because I take two different types of insulin. One insulin for one pen is almost $1,200 a month, and I got another prescription that's for almost $500 a month. So that saves me a lot of cheddar, if you will. So that's that one is personal to me and personal for a lot of people because you saving a lot of people. You're able to save a lot of lives because a lot of people couldn't afford that.
Exactly. And
now a lot of people can afford to what they need. If you fat people out there stop taking up all the Ozempic. I'm gonna say something about that.
Yeah, now. How about this one? Marijuana, stage 2.
I could live with that. I would live with it better when I was smoking.
God damn! Now, want me to go before you go? You want to go?
Go ahead.
Oh my God!
I was reading something here.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the gun situation. Well, we're making it safe in people's hoods when they say laws out of control, right? Signed historic executive order to put federal policing in the path to becoming gold standard effectiveness, accountability by requiring federal law enforcement agencies to ban chokeholds, restrict no-knock warrants, mandate the use of body-worn cameras,
yes,
implement stronger use of force policies, provide de-escalation training, submit use of force data, submit officers to misconduct records into a new national accountability. That's key. National account base, meaning you can't keep it in a small town, you sheriff.
Something like that.
Bring it out to the lights. What's that motherfucker? Poltergeist? To the light. To the light.
Look at him.
Hey,
look.
Go ahead.
We can take the next hour or so.
No. I got one more.
Okay, go ahead. Knock that out. No, knock that one more out.
You're right.
Take that one more out.
When you think
give
about
one more. Give him one more.
We can really just keep going.
Give one for the road. Give him one for the road.
Another history. The air. You like your air, don't y'all?
Ah, you like breathing, don't you?
See, again, like he said, each topic, we can literally go down this giant. And we haven't even touched the surface, to be honest with y'all.
Right.
And we didn't go directly into black shit yet.
Right.
So it's like, when you get down to it, I need Charlamagne to come on this podcast and ask the question of,
peanut
when
head
you
nigga.
say shit is shit, can you explain to us what part of everything we just named was shit?
Right.
That's all we want to know. You know what I'm saying? That. Anybody out there watching right now, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. If you're new here, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That. But if you've been here before, you knew what was going on. We MAGA hunting. You know what I'm saying? That.
Like that. Oh man, please. These people hiding right now. These people hiding trying
appreciate
to get
y'all a whole lot,
yeah.
though, for sure, man. Follow us, man. Follow us on YouTube for sure. We be back for show. We got some surprises coming up for show. Some motherfucker off the scene, motherfucking interviews. Some interviews here. Get in the end. Holler at your boys. DMV, baby. Politics from the hood. Got something to say for guys, you know?
Yeah. I'm about to go out here and continue watching this MAGA meltdown this evening. But
yeah,
look,
they having a fit.
Look.
They're trying to figure out what to say.
I'm gonna say this much. Because I get it. I always talk about the importance of voting. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this.
We should go all night with a list of shit. We just so
yeah,
much
we
shit.
go all night.
Just all night.
But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If you care about yourself, your family, and your community, people, we cannot allow a convicted felon who don't care about nobody but himself. He don't care about nobody but himself. If this was anybody else that was running and what happened to them happened to them today, You know what they would do for the good of the country? For the good of the country, they would drop out.
They wouldn't even went this far.
Right. They would have been dropped out.
Because this, y'all don't see how this look to the rest of the world. It's like he still can be a president.
And that's my problem right there.
Bad.
How can we,
it have to be 9-10.
whether you agree with it, with what we do, or you don't, we are the light in this world. Everybody wants to be like us. We the bad boys on the block. We the big boys on the block. And we preach a lot about American values and virtue. How would it look? Come on. Out here sending this clown, this convicted felon clown around the world to negotiate with President Xi and Putin. You know, I respect it around the world being a toilet.
I mean, just now, the fact that he 50% of the chances to be a president, it looks stupid to people.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck is happening in America?
You know what I'm saying? People around the world, even our allies, they laughing at us right now.
Oh, this looks crazy.
This looks really, really bad. And a Republican Party. And you so-called black Republicans.
Oh, don't do it. Don't get me riled up with them clowns.
Oh man, did you look at that Joy Reid video I sent you last night?
No.
Look at that. You got to. Pronto. But look, this dude don't care about nobody but himself.
Yeah.
Because let's look at this. This nigga be convicted of paying hush money to a porn star he cheated on his wife with.
And she ain't never short by my ad.
No, she wasn't by her side at no point. At no point where she was. I mean, now look, Democrats ain't without fault. Because you know what? John Edwards did the same thing. And his side piece had a baby. And what happened? We got his ass up out of there. You ain't heard from John Edwards since.
I mean, that's why I say
it's a difference.
That's why I say right now, we as Black Americans and voters, we can't let the country just be ran by bigots and racists and lunatics just because you don't feel like voting or you feel like everybody the same.
Yeah.
To me, they don't win unless people don't vote, because they gonna get out and vote every time. And if it's just a less amount of people voting, eventually they can tilt over. You know what I'm saying? Then they win. And then you'll have the country ran by racists and what they need and what they want. And they don't want niggas around.
And now
you know what I'm saying? That's that joint I showed you the other day with Fonzie. That was them going into a white only motherfucking restaurant with a black boy. That's why I wanted y'all to see that shit. Hey. And Fonzie was playing dumb to the restaurant owner. Was like, man, what's going on? Hey, give him this and that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then black boy was scared the motherfucker. Like, I ain't even supposed to be in here, bro. What's going on?
Fuck you got me up here for, man?
Like,
fuck you trying to get me lynched?
No bullshit. Like, nigga. Then you know how niggas in the back, red niggas all mad. Like, fuck you ain't here for? Like, I see. Y'all want that light to come back because it'll be back easy. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all sleep at the wheel. Right. We here though. We driving. Right. We're going to make sure your ass can see real clearly. You know what I'm saying? Each and every Tuesday nights for sure.
Then he got the fucking tape out now. This motherfucker using the N-word. And then you got black bastards out here that justify and take up for this nigga. Y'all got to be fucking out of y'all mind. Yes, we see y'all Tuesday.
Definitely Tuesday.
I get the luncheon up in this joint.
Definitely Tuesday.
Definitely Tuesday.
Please check us out each and every Tuesday night live. Yeah. We misleaders, hunters.
Yeah, and look, like, follow, subscribe. And if you didn't see it tonight, the replay is on YouTube probably right now.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the